What is up, Springans Club? This is Joey here with Youngster Joey Videos, and I am so excited. We have finally gotten the Albaz structure deck, and I wanted to show you guys real quick my breakdown, my card, or my deck profile for 3 copies of the structure deck. So some parts of it are pretty easy, some parts are a little bit trickier, but nothing too bad. It's a pretty straightforward deck. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Every single person who's doing this gotta obviously have 3 Fallen of Albaz, 3 Springans Kitt. If you're not really familiar with the deck, this basically lets you search out the one really good card, which is Branded Fusion. Then we have 3 Keeper of the Dragon magic as well. Another pretty obvious thing to do with this deck. Again, lets you search the triple Branded Fusion. Speaking of which, we have 3 triple Branded Fusion. Now, again, these cards right here, pretty much non-negotiable. You want 3 of every single one of them. 3 Branded Fusion, 3 Keeper of the Dragon magic, 3 Kitt, and 3 Fallen of Albaz. Now, the next little section I think are pretty much you want 3 of no matter what, but you know, you can obviously adjust a little bit as you want. So 3 Dark Ruler No More, 3 Effect Failure, 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and 3 Pot of Extravagance. Again, all of those are in the structure deck. Again, you can get about all of this deck for about $30. I don't actually love Extravagance that much in this deck because obviously you need your extra deck, but you can really use one of them throughout the game, so having 3 is not bad. Again, Ghost Ogre and Effect Failure obviously stopping whatever your opponent's going to be doing. Dark Ruler No More, again, is a great going second card, and this really is a going second deck most of the time. Now, after that, we have the 3 cards that you can only play one of. The 2 cards you can only play one of, and that you definitely want to. So Gold Sarcophagus and Call by the Grave. Again, the big reason why we're playing Gold Sarcophagus is to banish Tri-Brigade Mercourier, which again lets you search that Branded Fusion. Again, I played this deck a lot last night. We were only using 1 copy of the deck as opposed to 3, but I don't think I ever Gold Sarced anything other than Tri-Brigade Mercourier. Definitely a really good Gold Sarc target. Then we have some of the cards that you definitely want in the deck, but again, you can kind of adjust as needed as far as how many of each copy you're going to do. I do currently 2 Albion. Again, this is basically the other Albaz. It's his dragon form, whatever, and it's really good for, obviously, he's being special summoned and also to kind of cycle through some of your branded cards and be able to draw a card. I have 3 Branded Lost. Again, fusion summoning is a very important part of the deck. You definitely want to be able to protect your fusion summoning mechanic. I also, again, a lot of people aren't using 3 of these, but I have 3 Branded Bond. I really like being able to, obviously, special summon Fallen of Albaz. Again, it's really the boss monster, you know, gets us into our boss monsters. So it's a really good card for the deck. I only have 1 Branded in White. Obviously, Branded Fusion's the card you really want to use to fusion summon, but Branded in White can come in handy periodically. And then we have Screams of the Branded. Again, I only have 1 copy of this. I was definitely trying to keep down to 40 cards exactly. And the traps, their biggest effect is really their graveyard effect. So to really be able to kind of use it in the graveyard, it screams the Branded Retribution, and Necro Fusion is the other trap I have. Now, this is not an actual branded card, but it does let you do some fusion summoning. If you only have 1 copy of the deck, I don't suggest doing Necro Fusion because it does obviously get rid of your Albaz for basically the rest of the game. But if you have 3 copies like I do here, I think 1 Necro Fusion can be pretty useful. And then we have the extra deck, which is, you know, pretty easy with this deck to make the extra deck. You get a total of 18 cards, so you just have to kind of cut out 3. You definitely do not want to cut out any of the Mirrorjades. I got 3 Mirrorjades, 3 of the Lubellion, and 3 of the Albion. Again, I think that's pretty standard, those 3 for sure. And then you kind of, again, have to cut 3 out of the other 9 cards they give you. I just have 2 of each, 2 of the Titaniglad, 2 of the Sprind, and 2 of the Brigrand. Again, I think it's, obviously, the goal is to use Branded Fusion, and I think a lot of people have been selling short the Albion, but again, if you use Branded Fusion with Albion, you can use its effect to then bring out Lubellion, and then use Lubellion's effect to bring out Mirrorjade, and obviously you have to lose one of these to get Lubellion or Mirrorjade out, but you get 2 pretty powerful monsters there at the end of your turn, and it can really, especially in the mirror, if you have these 2 cards on the field, it's a pretty easy win unless they're able to bring out their own Mirrorjade. Okay, and then the last little thing is we have the side deck. Again, they give you a lot of really good side deck cards in the structure deck. A lot of people are really excited for the structure deck. An absolutely great structure deck. So we get 6 kaijus, so throw those in the structure or in the side deck can really be useful. Again, it's good in the mirror. If you see a Mirrorjade, it's good in obviously really any deck you're playing against. Kaijus can definitely come in handy. I have 3, there can be only 1. In the mirror, there's actually pretty useless. Obviously it keeps them from having 2 dragons out in the field, so it can come up periodically, but it's not super powerful in the mirror if you're going to a tournament or something that's only using this. But it can be pretty useful in other duels, obviously, and can even come up in the mirror if in certain situations. Dimension Barrier, again, absolutely perfect in the mirror. If you're playing another Albaz deck, this is, you know, perfect. You can really slow them down a turn. It basically keeps them from fusion summoning, or if you know if they're playing something different, like, again, if they're playing, you know, Phantom Knights, you can say, okay, no XZ summoning or no bringing out Rusty Bardige or whatever. So whatever you know, once you know what they're playing, you can Dimension Barrier and then you can call whatever they're going to be using. And then 3, Waking the Dragon. Again, if you're playing a tournament where you're only using this deck and everyone else is only using this deck, it's pretty useless. There's not a whole lot of back row removal, but it can come up. And obviously, if you're playing in a, you know, more meta setting, it can definitely be useful. I don't have any Scythe in the deck. I just feel like it's obviously a very good card, but this doesn't really work super well with the cards that are in the deck. You can obviously play around with it if you would like to. Some people have been using Back to the Front to bring out Scythe and stuff like that and do a Scythe lock. It's definitely really cool, but I don't think it's very consistent. It's not something I'm going to be excited to draw unless I have other pieces in my opening hand as well. So again, that's my deck breakdown. It's a really fun deck to play. Definitely consider picking up 3 copies. It's only about $35, and you can have genuinely a pretty good deck that you can use at tournaments and stuff like that. Thanks guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.